Our first company is Mayoral, who was founded 80 years ago in Malaga, dedicated to the production and marketing of stock and stocking. Nowadays, Mayoral is the leader in the children's fashion sector in the Iberian Peninsula and one of the main specialist groups in Europe. It is made up of more than 10 companies dedicated to the design, manufacture, marketing, and distribution of children's fashion in more than 100 countries, shows a network of 26 companies abroad, 200 sales agents, 284 Mayoral shops, and more than 10,000 customers worldwide.
Aretex is a company founded in Barcelona that belongs to an important holding company that tries to cover the entire textile value chain, from the spinning process, weaving, finishing, and clothing. The materials are selected through studies based on their beneficial properties for the skin, the ease of spinning, and their aggressiveness to the environment. They work under the trade name Condor. This company is recognized for its quality and know-how after many years of experience, creating a children's fashion brand committed to the well-being and comfort of children. Their designs are exclusive, with simple lines and a great personality presented in a universe of colors, creating a wide range of products for children. Aretex's public target is from newborns to children up to 14 years age. Textile industry is the sector dedicated to the production of fibers, yarn, fabrics, and products related to the manufacture of clothing, as footwear. Initially, textile production was an artisan activity, but with technological development, this activity has progressed up to large textile companies. The first technological advances took place during the Industrial Revolution, with the creation of textile stores and the commercialization of sewing machines. Currently, the textile industry is a constantly growing market. The key competitors are China, the European Union, the United States, and India. The textile industry not only supplies essential products for the world's growing population, but also has an important weight in the world economy, generating a large number of jobs. On the contrary, it is also one of the most controversial industries, since it is one of the most polluting, and even workers suffer from minimum working conditions and wages.
In these tables, we can see that non-current assets and current assets represent more or less half and half of the total assets. Initially, in 2015, Mayoral has an amount of 190,000 of total assets, and it has finished 2019 with 255,000, which indicates a significant increase. Regarding equity and liabilities, we can see that shareholders' equity represents almost all of the percentage, so it indicates that Mayoral have very few debts. Focusing, we can see that almost all the debts correspond to current liabilities, so the company will operate well in the long term. In the right tables, we can see a progressive increase in the total assets year by year, also in total equity and liabilities, except a little decrease in 2019. In the left side of the table, it is very noticeable that Aretex's non-current assets only represent around an 11% of total assets, and current assets almost 90% all years, so this company has a lot of liquidity. On the other hand, we can see that shareholders' equity represents an 80% of total equity and liabilities, and the amount of non-current liabilities is very short. Regarding horizontal analysis, we can extract that the company maintains more or less stable year by year. We can see a peak in the non-current assets in 2016, but then it goes down. Also, intangible assets doubled the initial quantity in 2016 and 2017. As in Mayoral, Aretex's non-current liabilities get smaller and smaller. Current liabilities in Aretex also decrease year by year.
In the financial statement of Mayoral, there's an increase of their revenues from the first year analyzed to the last one, so that is followed by an increase in their cost because Mayoral has grown. That's the reason why the company has to face more expenses. For example, if the cost of employees is greater than in the previous years, that means that the company has higher employees. In addition, we can see an increase in their financial profit and loss, highlighting the increase from 2017 to 2018. Analyzing their taxes, we can see that Mayoral has paid more taxes in 2019 than in the previous years. However, due to the decrease of the profit and loss before taxes, the year 2018 was the most profitable one. In conclusion, the tendency of that company is to grow. In the financial statement of Aretex, there's a decrease of their revenues from the first year analyzed to the last one, so that is followed by a decrease in their cost of materials because Aretex has reduced its size. Taking into account the amounts of the other costs, they are almost the same in the 5-year analysis. In addition, we can see a severe decrease in the financial profit and loss, highlighting that the unique year that the value is still positive is 2015. Analyzing their taxes, we can see that Aretex has paid more taxes in 2019 than in the previous years. However, due to the increase of the profit and loss before taxes, the year 2019 was the most profitable one. In conclusion, the tendency of that company is not so clear because it is profitable, but we think that they should increase their profit margins.
I'm going to talk about the liquidity. The table presents liquidity ratios for Mayoral and Aretex, giving insight into their short-term financial positions. Aretex consistently has higher current ratios and quick ratios than Mayoral from 2015 to 2019, indicating better ability to meet short-term obligations. Both companies have consistent and constant inventory turnover ratios, indicating efficient inventory management. Mayoral has consistently higher accounts receivable turnover ratios than Aretex, indicating better efficiency in collecting outstanding debts. Aretex has consistently higher accounts payable turnover ratios than Mayoral, indicating better efficiency in paying off debts. Overall, Aretex appears to have a better short-term financial situation than Mayoral based on the presented liquidity ratios.
About the solvency, the debt-to-equity ratio compares a company's total debt to its total equity, indicating its financial leverage and risk. The higher ratio indicates higher risk. Aretex consistently has a slightly lower debt-to-equity ratio than a Mayoral in all years, indicating lower risk. Aretex ratio has been decreasing over the years, suggesting less reliance on debt. Mayoral's ratio has been relatively stable. In terms of long-term solvency, Aretex has a much lower long-term debt-to-equity ratio than Mayoral in all years, indicating less reliance on long-term debt. Mayoral ratio has been low but slightly increasing, indicating slightly more reliance on long-term debt. The short-term debt-to-equity ratio for both companies has been decreasing over the years, suggesting less reliance on short-term debt. Overall, both companies have a relatively low level of financial risk.
I'm going to talk about the profitability. The economic profitability of both companies is positive. The trend of Mayoral's economic profitability is constant over the years, while Aretex shows a small growth. Both companies have positive economic returns, with Mayoral's being higher due to its higher ER margin. Aretex, on the other hand, has a higher turnover of ER assets, indicating that it makes better uses of its assets to generate sales. The trend of the economic profitability of both companies is increasing, indicating a positive growth in profitability over time.
About the return on equity, ROE is positive for both companies, but there are differences in values and trends. Mayoral has a higher ROE than Aretex in most years, except in 2018 and 2021. Aretex has higher net margin than Mayoral in most years, except in 2018 and 2021. However, Mayoral has a higher asset turnover than Aretex in all years, indicating that Mayoral is more efficient in generating income from its assets. Overall, Mayoral appears to be more profitable than Aretex, with a consistently higher ROE and asset turnover. However, Aretex has higher net margin and is more efficient in generating return from its operation.